It's man like Dan. Come on! Welcome to Melanated and Proud, where this channel is about elevating and celebrating. Today, we've got a courageous, intelligent, positive, hard-working lady. She's an architect and has displayed her hard work on houses worth millions of pounds and in other settings such as churches. She is an inspiration and making an impact wherever she goes. So let's welcome the marvelous Alberta!
What an intro. And there's so many African architects that are doing fantastic things. And so I look towards them for motivation, or they influence me as well. But the architecture is anything and anything, really. It can be large buildings, it can be small houses. Where I'm currently working now, there's a mix of us, from different backgrounds. But I'm probably the only black female in the company that I know of. I've been probably one of two in previous companies, but it's changing slowly, but it's changing.
And so what would you say was the challenge on the way to becoming an architect?
Okay, so the first one is that you realize it's a long process. It's 7 years minimum to qualify as an architect. And so when you're young, you're thinking 7 years. Like if I go to uni from 18, I'm going to come out at 25, and then even then you have to work. As soon as you even finish architecture, this 7 years, you're still young, you're still green, you still haven't got the experiences yet to possibly do stuff on your own. Unless
that went over my head. 7 years.
Yeah, 7 years. So the first 3 years is your first degree, and then you have to do a year out in placement, and then you go back to do a further 2 degrees in postgraduate, and then you do a year out, build up some sort of background experience, and then you can do your exam. And then, so minimum 7 years. I think it took me about 9 years up to my exam.
Oh, wow.
So it's a long process. So that's what can deter you off. But it's done in bits. And if you think about it, I had good people in my family who try to encourage me not to think about how long it will take, but enjoy the journey and know that when you get there, it's worth it. So I've been lucky in that sense. But yeah, it's a long process. But I actually did a year out. I went to Ghana for a bit, helped out with the school there, came back, worked for David Ajay, who's a Ghanaian architect, really good, done amazing work worldwide, and then landed with a different architecture company that I stuck with for 7 years, and then I did my final examination with them. So
wow. You're big time, man.
No, it was just you will always find difficulties in your paths, but along the way I had good friends to help me through, and also obviously how long it took to be an architect. Once you do your first degree in your year out, you question. A lot of people drop out by then because they question, do you want to go back to your postgrad and really do this?
Yeah, that's a sentence, man. That's a long time. But yeah, I know you were speaking before in a private conversation. You mentioned pregnancy being something to consider when you was on your journey as well, and after as well. So
yeah, like in any profession for a woman, you having children can delay your career progress, or can even stop it. You might find a new avenue. But I had a teacher at school, and she really encouraged me to push for my goals. And she wanted to be an architect, and she had a child after postgrad, so she would have done about 5 years, and then decided not to because she's had a family now and start teaching in school. And that's where I met her, at my secondary school, and she taught me. And so I thought to myself, okay, so I do want to try and qualify before I start settling down and having children, because obviously you can delay things, and it may change my course of route. It may not, but it will definitely, delay the process. But also I found that, again, when I did have my first child, and I was working. I had qualified, and I was working. You take a year out, and then you come back, and it's almost like, oh, I feel like I missed a year. But that's what you find. I'm sure many women have found that in their career paths.
Did that not rattle your mindset at all?
Yeah, when I came back and then I saw, like one of my colleagues being promoted, and I thought, no, this is not my path. Like, I know I can do something on my own, and I don't need an employer or anyone to tell me that I'm worth to be promoted or not. I know what I can do, and so I had to think about taking the steps to try and do some stuff for myself.
Yeah, that's good. You got that self-belief. You know yourself. I know your value.
But also having friends and family helps as well, because there were times I doubt myself. When I qualified as an architect, I was like, oh my gosh, I literally had a panic attack, thinking, I'm an architect now. What do I do? You know, like, now I feel the responsibility. But then you have to grow your experiences, because even when you qualified, you're still not experienced. So you see that when you go for application forms, they ask you, have you got 5 years experience, 10 years experience, so they know where you are. And so you have.
What do you say to yourself to keep yourself positive? Because as you said you doubt yourself. So what are you saying? You said, I know who I am. Like, you need me. I don't need you. Do you think about that? Or
I wouldn't say it's more like, you need me. I just thought, I know I can do what they're doing for myself. I just, after a while, after all those years, 7-8 years, and you qualified, and you're in your office or whatever company that you're in, and you start to see that you can do things with, you can do your few proposals, you can speak to clients, you can take meetings on your own, you can design things, you can respond to emails, you can hold up the fort when your bosses are not there. Then you start to think, actually, I can try and take a step on my own.
So it's all about finding the evidence that supports your confidence in a way.
It's experience, and throw yourself in that experience. It's going to be scary, but you have to do it. That's the only way that's the only way you can move on to your next level. If you just stand there, you will just stay at level 1. But if you don't push that door open, or just don't jump, you're not going to move on. You're not going to get to the higher, your potential. You never know what it is until you try.
Jeez, they know how these analogies, come on. So it's true. And so, hard work. Tell me the importance of that.
Hard work, yes. It's not working your bones until you almost drop and you can't do anything. Architecture can be like that, depending on where you are, because there are large companies that want you to just be there and do the CAD work, the drawing work, just churn out the work night and day, because you're doing large scale buildings for multi-million pound companies, clients. So you can just churn there and not do anything, and just just be stuck in that position. So, but for me, I decided that that's not where I'm going to be,
So you kind of know your limit as well. In terms of how far you're willing to put your body through. I was like, I can't put myself in that position to get to the point where I'm feeling ill, and that happens to a lot of people. Some people are sleeping over their offices just trying to get stuff done for a deadline, and I have done that where you have worked late, but then there's a time of working hard and working smart, and it's about more working smart as well. You work hard for the period, but you don't do it for long periods that you're now suffering, whether mentally, physically. But architecture is hard, and architecture is demanding. You have to be aware of that, and just make sure you take the breaks that you need to take. Wow. What advice do you have for those that also want to pursue a career as an architect?
Well, I would say go for it. but be aware it is hard work, but the reward is there. You know, with anything that you put your mind and your heart to, you know, you always get to the point where you're like, actually, this is amazing. You start reaping the rewards. You know, I started at university from 18. I never thought that I was then going to do something on my own, and also work for the clients I've worked for. You know, I've never thought about, oh, I actually want to do a house that's almost 18 million pounds. You know, once you start growing your experiences, you get there. So I would say it is hard work. There is a system that is kind of old school, and then that's the way they like to teach in school. So be aware of that. Don't let it deter you. Fight through that, because when you come out of it, the working environment is different, and the spaces are so wide. You can have a very art-orientated mind, or you can have something which is a bit more scientific, a bit more technical. So architecture, you can move in the space however you feel where you fit. But the aim is to get through the system. So there's so many things out there now that can help you along the way. But I would say, if it's what you want to do it.
Yeah. You heard the powerful statement from the sensational Alberta. What are your socials? So where can people find you? How would you like to be contacted?
Well, you can find me on Instagram with the Taco87. So I'm putting my work there that I now do for private clients. You know, starting to get myself out there. You know, because I love seeing people do so many things, and it's good to be connected. And you got to show what you can do as well. Add to the pot of, you know, just connected to people, like what you're doing here. You know,
stop it, yeah.
We got to support, and so yeah, Instagram, Taco87, contact me there.
No problem. All right. So, what would you like to see in the Black community moving forward? So, what sort of change would you like to see?
I like what I'm seeing now, in the sense of how, you know, there is a whole pot of people doing so many things, and social media has helped that with Instagram, Facebook, you know, Twitter, particularly Instagram, because I like seeing what other people are doing, and also what they're doing in African countries, you know. And so I would say we need to just keep supporting each other in whatever we're doing, you know. Support those who are in the field, you know. Don't try, if you're asking for a product, don't try and haggle it down. You know, people are people livelihoods. So just keep supporting each other, showcasing each other. That's what we need to just keep doing, you know. Any community should do that to thrive. So not just a Black community.
Wow, that's true. And so what does support look like to you?
What does support look like to me?
Yeah, you mentioned an example actually. You spoke about supporting someone's like product, but I know support to some people might be a bit broad. So how can people actually support?
Well, it can be a whole range of things. You know, it can be, for example, I like skin products or hair products. You know, so if I see someone doing something that looks really amazing, then I would like the page, respond to them, or say, you know, can I try some of the products out? Even if you have, you know, for example, when you go on YouTube, there's a lot of young girls doing hair products and stuff. So they will try different products and then rate it, or such things like that. It's almost like that, but you know, you give a shout out to someone, or you let them showcase their work on your platform, like what you're doing here. You know, what you're doing supporting me. You're showcasing me on your platform. Or, you know, I always spread the word as well. If I see something nice, I go and tell my sisters and my aunties and my mom, you know. So I spread the words like, oh, have you seen this person, what they're doing? Have you seen this, what they're doing? If I know someone who wants to get into the field, I'll say, well, this person is doing that, you know, try that.
Yeah, that's really good. What words of encouragement do you have for your people?
Words of encouragement? Oh, gosh. I would say...
Actually, no, before you answer that, I'm going to ask you... Sorry, I just want everyone that's watching to leave a comment below and just let us know what exactly you've liked about Alberta's story, what you think can change in the black community as well. Just drop that in the comment section below. So yeah, back to you. What words of encouragement can you give to your fellow brothers and sisters?
Believe in yourself. Don't let anyone tell you anything about yourself. Know where you come from. Your history is important because your history will tell you what you're made of. You know, you're made of strong people, strong families. You know, I've seen, even looking up to your parents, how they've come over and what they've done. You know, so believe in yourself. Yes, the system can look a bit corrupt, and yes, we have to fight, but believe in yourself. Encourage each other, and yeah, I've said those are main things. Believe and encourage. You know, don't pull anyone down. Just keep going. If you have self-doubt, go and have a look at what someone else is doing who inspires you, and that could even be a family member. And just remember that you're made in God's image, and you can do anything by His grace. So go for it.
That's very powerful, man. But yeah, it's been a pleasure having you on. Your inspiration, I'm sure your inspiration to women, but also everyone in general, the black community and other races too. Like, you're doing great work, and just long may it continue. More money, let it come through. Success, more happiness, and just continue to make an impact. And everyone, please support Alberta. Check out her stuff as well. Give it a like, a follow, and everything. And if you actually need anything, just like message her. I'm sure she'll be happy to help you.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yes, yeah. I love seeing what people are doing. And if you need any help, culture-wise, I'm here. Even if it's just to discuss how to get onto the course and how long it takes, process, give me a message.